Hello, this is Arthur, screenwriter and short filmmaker, Dewey B. Reynolds. I will be pitching a project which is entitled Stuart Duffelmeyer and the Masters of Plagues. It is a science fiction fantasy story where supernatural powers are activated into a magical talisman, which allows a certain individual to gain mastery and control over all the earthly creatures and elements. Now, the story begins with an individual named Stuart Duffelmeyer, who is an NYU student who is about to receive his degree in veterinary medicine. 8 of his fellow NYU classmates play a horrible prank on him, which leaves him with very low self-esteem. After Stuart returns home, he activates a talisman that was given to him by his rabbi, who was Rabbi Erwin Wedemeyer, who is now in the spiritual world. This talisman allows him to activate powers into any creature on the earth, whether it be bats, bees, snakes, sharks, whales, the wind, fire, hurricanes, anything. He has the power to control all the creatures and elements of the earth, which are animals, insects, and etc. Now, 5 years later, after everyone graduates from NYU, they all go separate ways. But each of these individuals, all 8 of them, collectively they are known as the egomaniacal 8. Stuart embarks upon a journey to get even with his tormentors. So all 8 of these individuals have a phobia in which they are afraid of, whether it be ants, bees, snakes, sharks, hurricanes, tornadoes, and etc. And he sends plagues their way. For example, there is a character in the story named Dana Potts who has a phobia or a fear of bees. So Stuart endows power and activates power into these bees, and there's a leader of the bees who is Queen Devorah. He sends the bees after Dana, and it teaches her a lesson. All 8 of them are taught a lesson. The talisman was given to him by Rabbi Erwin Wedemeyer, as I mentioned before, who is in the spiritual world. At the end, as the story comes to a close, all 8 of these individuals come back to apologize to Stuart, in which he is the owner, the proud owner, of many pet shops and veterinary clinics. The story starts out where these people have done him wrong, and it comes to a close when all of them come back to apologize. Now, let me present something to you. The screenplay was adapted from this novel right here, Stuart Duffelmeyer and the Masters of Plagues. It's a very exciting novel. Texas Book Nook says, truly a great fantasy read. It has received some good reviews. As you see on the cover here, you see the bees, the bats, the sharks, the rats, the snake, and this is Rabbi Erwin Wedemeyer. Stuart controls all the elements and all the creatures and animals and insects of this earth. As I said before, the screenplay was adapted from this book. Very exciting story. Here's another visual for you. This is what it looks like, the cover. Very exciting story. Now, not only have I written one story, I've also written 2 sequels. The second part to Stuart Duffelmeyer and the Master of Plagues is Stuart Duffelmeyer and the Kingdom of Rotella. The third story in this trilogy is Stuart Duffelmeyer and the Universal Transgressors. Very exciting reads. Now, Stuart is a very well-rounded, compassionate man who has a lot of compassion for mankind, and he wants to correct the ills of society and correct all the wrongs of society. Very, very exciting story, very dispensable read, and I do thank you for your time, and thank you.